His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received at Sakhir Palace His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa in the presence of a number of senior officials. The meeting reviewed topics related to enhancing the kingdom's development process and its continued progress across various sectors. His Majesty the King expressed pride in the prominent role of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister in leading government work towards further advancements and excellence. His Majesty praised the sustained efforts undertaken by His Royal Highness in national domains and the distinguished achievements in support of growth and prosperity for the nation and its citizens. His Majesty the King ordered that 2026 be designated as the year of Isa al-Kabir in celebration of the founder of the modern state and the leader of the institutional development in the history of Bahrain, His Highness Isa al-Kabir, ruler of Bahrain and its dependencies. This designation commemorates the legacy of the great leader and recalls his significant role, including the consolidation of stability, the establishment of legal and civil institutions, and the nation's prosperity across various domains. His Majesty also noted development projects underway in the historic city of Muharraq and all cities of the kingdom, as well as the sincere national efforts aimed at preserving the historical and cultural identity of Bahrain and its people. On the occasion of Bahraini Diplomatic Day, His Majesty congratulated all members of the diplomatic corps, praising their important national role in building bridges of cooperation and boosting the kingdom's relations with countries. His Majesty the King also praised their efforts in safeguarding national and citizens' interests, as well as supporting the kingdom's achievements, expressing appreciation for the notable successes and accomplishments of Bahraini diplomacy. His Majesty noted that these achievements are grounded in authentic principles and enduring values that shaped Bahrain's civilizational identity as a nation that embraces tolerance, coexistence, and respect for others, and that calls for the consolidation of peace, rapprochement, and harmony among peoples worldwide. His Majesty was also briefed on the latest developments related to the regional events and their implications for regional security and stability. Bahrain's firm position was discussed, calling for the resolution of crises through dialogue and diplomatic means, and emphasizing the importance of adopting peace solutions that serves the interests of the world. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received at Sakhir Palace in the presence of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Jordanian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriate Affairs Ayman Safadi. His Majesty affirmed his pride in the close historical relations and strong bonds that unite Bahrain and Jordan, which continue to grow through the mutual keenness to enhance and advance them in a manner that fulfills shared goals and aspiration. During the meeting, the Deputy Prime Minister conveyed to His Majesty the greetings and appreciation of His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan, along with his best wishes for Bahrain and its people for continued progress and prosperity. His Majesty relayed his greetings and sincere wishes to His Majesty the Jordanian monarch and to the Jordanian people for further development and prosperity. His Majesty the King welcomed the Jordanian Deputy Prime Minister and praised such fraternal visits for their role in strengthening cooperation, consultation, and constructive coordination on various issues, particularly in light of regional developments and events, in a manner that serves mutual interest and reinforces their long-standing relations. His Majesty praised the efforts of the Jordanian monarch in consolidating and boosting relations between the two kingdoms, as well as the commendable efforts of Jordan under His Majesty's leadership to enhance the framework of joint Arab action and to support endeavors aimed at achieving peace, security, and stability in the region. For his part, the Jordanian Deputy Prime Minister expressed gratitude to His Majesty the King for the hospitality and reception and his pride in His Majesty the King's efforts to strengthen the historical relations and firm bonds between the two kingdoms and their peoples. He also praised the honorable Arab stances of Bahrain under the leadership of His Majesty the King, wishing the kingdom and its people continued progress and prosperity. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa praised His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa's royal order designated 2026 as the year of Isa al-Kabir. The recognition is in celebration of the founder of the modern state and the leader of the modern institutional history of Bahrain, His Highness Isa al-Kabir, ruler of Bahrain and its dependencies. This designation commemorates His Highness's legacies of ensuring stability and establishing a range of legal and civil institutions across the kingdom. His Royal Highness affirmed that this initiative reflects His Majesty's commitment to recognizing Bahrain's historical figures who have had a lasting impact on the foundations of the kingdom's history and ongoing development. His Royal Highness reflected upon His Highness Isa al-Kabir's legacy, including significant achievements that strengthened Bahrain politically, economically, and culturally. His Royal Highness highlighted the year of Isa al-Kabir as a national occasion that promotes the values that His Highness embodied, as well as his contributions to building the institutions of the modern state and the era of stability, growth, and urban and educational development. His Royal Highness praised the numerous economic, cultural, and service projects within Muharraq, which was where His Highness' reign emanated. These projects reflect His Majesty the King's appreciation for Bahrain's history and his commitment to preserve its identity through the initiatives that enhance awareness of the kingdom's history and its leading figures. Among these initiatives is the royal order issued by His Majesty to preserve the historical and cultural identity of Bahrain's buildings and cities, and to revitalize Isa al-Kabir Palace and its neighborhood within Muharraq. His Royal Highness expressed pride and appreciation for this royal order, wishing further security, stability, and prosperity for Bahrain under the leadership of His Majesty the King. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa met with the private sector sponsors of Celebrate Bahrain events at Rifah Palace. His Royal Highness affirmed the pivotal role of public-private sector partnerships in supporting and advancing the kingdom's comprehensive economic development, led by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. His Royal Highness emphasized that Celebrate Bahrain events exemplify integrated national efforts, showcasing Team Bahrain's collaboration in advancing the kingdom's development. His Royal Highness expressed appreciation to all organizers and sponsors for their efforts in supporting the kingdom's National Day celebrations and their contributions to the success of Celebrate Bahrain events. His Royal Highness affirmed that this support underscores the strength of partnership and national responsibility and highlights the active role of the private sector in supporting national initiatives that showcase the kingdom's diverse tourism attractions. His Royal Highness highlighted the importance of continuing to boost the tourism sector, expanding opportunities for private sector participation, and advancing quality initiatives and projects that highlight the kingdom's rich cultural heritage, further reinforcing Bahrain's position as an attractive regional and international tourist destination. His Royal Highness emphasized the kingdom's ambitious development goals, which drive public-private sector efforts to accelerate progress for all. For their part, the sponsors supporting the Celebrate Bahrain events expressed their gratitude and appreciation to His Royal Highness for his unwavering commitment to advancing public-private sector partnerships. The platinum sponsors were the National Bank of Bahrain, the Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait, and GFH Financial Group. The gold sponsors included Aluminum Bahrain Alba, the National Bank of Kuwait, and Gulf Petrochemical Industrial Company GPIC. The silver sponsors included STC, Infracorp, and Ibrahim Kano. The bronze sponsors included Beyond, As-Salam Bank, Khaliji Bank, Urbasir, and Yusuf Khalil Al-Muayyid, and Sons Co. The Minister of Interior, General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, the Minister of Finance and National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, and several senior officials also attended the meeting. Her Royal Highness, the wife of His Majesty the King and President of the Supreme Council for Women, Princess Sabika bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, praised His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa's royal order designated this year as the year of Isa al-Kabir. Her Royal Highness said that the royal initiative reflects the highest values of loyalty and pride in the kingdom's heritage and honors the distinguished legacy of a leader who established the foundations of administrative, judicial, and educational institutions. marking a pivotal period in the shaping of Bahrain's national identity and civil institutions. She noted that designating this year as the year of Isa al-Kabir conveys a significant educational and national message to the future, commemorating the values of dedication and service exemplified by the founding of leader and reinforcing the sense of national identity and pride in the kingdom's continued development under the leadership of His Majesty the King. She also highlighted the royal initiatives focused on the city of Muharraq, including the development of Isa al-Kabir Palace and the surrounding areas, stating that these initiatives reflect His Majesty's commitment to preserving Bahrain's national heritage and historical identity and honoring the milestone marked by the beginning of institutional work and comprehensive development. Her Royal Highness wished His Majesty good health, wished Bahrain further progress and prosperity, and prayed that the march of the kingdom will continue its achievements that are based on heritage and national values. The Speaker of the Representatives Council, Ahmed al-Musallam, received the Secretary General of the National Assembly of Azerbaijan, Farid Hajiev. The Speaker praised the growing Bahraini-Azerbaijani relations in various domains and affirmed the Council's support for strengthening parliamentary cooperation. He praised the efforts of the Azerbaijani National Assembly Speaker, Sheiba Gafarova, in promoting bilateral ties and the strategic partnership between the two parliaments. Al-Musallam also highlighted the importance of exchanging expertise between the secretariats and noted the Council's initiatives in digital transformation, the Green Parliament, and the use of AI in parliamentary work. Shura Council Chairman Ali Saleh presided over the Council's weekly session. The Council discussed the draft law amending the agenda for determining the number of votes each member of the Chamber holds in election based on their capital, attached to the decree law on the Bahrain Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The session approved the decree law amending certain provisions of the decree law on combating money laundering and the financing terrorism. The Council also approved a draft law amending an article concerning the regulations and monitoring of international trade in endangered species of wild fauna and flora, and sent it to the representative of Council Speaker for referral to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister prior to its submission to His Majesty the King. The Attorney General, Dr. Ali al-Buainain, received Acting Attorney General and Head of the Special Investigation Unit, Mohammed al-Hazza, and was presented with the 2025 annual report of the unit's work. Al-Buainain affirmed that the Bahrain possesses a comprehensive and effective criminal justice system based on respect for human dignity and the rule of law. He noted that annual reports are a key tool for evaluating institutional performance and measuring the effectiveness of national mechanisms concerned with protecting human rights, as well as the progress achieved in legal safeguards and the quality of procedures. He praised the report's indicators, which reflect the maturity of the unit's experience, the sustainability of its institutional performance, and its role in fulfilling its mandate to investigate complaints with professionalism and independence. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif al-Zayani, inaugurated the Diplomatic Forum 2026 in the presence of the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates of Jordan, Ayman Safadi, and the Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Hamad bin Faisal al-Malki. The Minister extended gratitude to His Majesty the King for designated January 14 as Bahrain Diplomacy Day in recognition of its vital role in further advancing Bahrain's foreign policy and enhancing its international standing. He also expressed appreciation to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister for the support to the ministry in achieving diplomatic accomplishments and protecting Bahrain's interests. The Minister noted that 2025 witnessed an active and dynamic Bahraini diplomacy amid complex regional and global challenges requiring great preparedness and wisdom. He highlighted that His Majesty's vision of peace, tolerance, and coexistence guided Bahrain's responsible engagement with the international community rooted in principles of peace, sustainable development, and respect for human rights. The minister said that this vision reflects the outcomes of the Bahrain Summit in 2024, the 46th GCC Supreme Council meeting in 2025, and Bahrain's hosting of the Intra-Islamic Dialogue and the IISS Manama, affirming the kingdom's position as a leading hub for regional and international dialogue. He added that Bahrain's bilateral relations is strengthened through mutual visits by His Majesty the King, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, and other leaders, leading to new agreements and partnerships. Bahrain diplomacy also contributed to tackling regional challenges and humanitarian efforts, including citizens' evacuations from crisis zones. He also mentioned Bahrain's participation in the national exercise Azm al-Watan 1, reflecting strong institutional readiness. He reaffirmed Bahrain's aspiration for a UN Security Council seat 2026-2027 to serve as a balanced and wise voice in global decision-making. He emphasized that 2026 brings historic responsibilities for Bahrain, including chairing the 46th GCC session, the Arab League Council, and the UN Security Council, marking a proud moment and that reflects Bahrain's credibility and leadership. The minister concluded by stressing the vital role of diplomatic missions in promoting Bahrain's image abroad and reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to innovation, digital transformation, and supporting its diplomats under the strong spirit of teamwork. As part of the diplomatic forum, a session titled Bahrain's Foreign Policy and the Global Economy was held with the participation of the Minister of Finance and National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, and in the presence of the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates of Jordan, Ayman Safadi, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdelatif Zayani, the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Abdullah Fakhru, the Minister of Sustainable Development and Chief Executive of the Economic Development Board, Noor Al-Khlaif. Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa reviewed the key economic achievements of Bahrain and its ongoing efforts to enhance development opportunities and support of the comprehensive development process led by His Majesty the King and the guidance of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. He emphasized that celebrating Bahrain's Diplomatic Day reflects His Majesty the King's patronage and attention to the diplomatic work, embodying His Majesty's visionary leadership in fostering active diplomacy that supports national development and strengthened Bahrain's regional and international standing. He also noted that the continued support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister has fortified a dynamic diplomatic approach that contributes effectively to advancing economic growth and attracting quality investments opportunities. He highlighted Bahrain's diplomatic mission abroad play a central role in supporting national efforts to attract foreign investments. He added that industrial exports grew by 2.2 billion USD in 2005 to over 10.8 billion USD in 2025. While foreign direct investment rose from 8.3 billion USD to more than 46.5 billion USD. These figures highlight Bahrain's success in driving economic diversification and its goal to double foreign trade and investment. He outlined the main pillars of Bahrain's national economy and its commitment to sustainable financial and economic policies, noting Bahrain's achievements in implementing the Bahrain Economic Vision 2030 and confirming the efforts continue to measure and fulfill the remaining objectives. He also referred to the directives of His Royal Highness to begin consultations with legislative authority, the private sector, professional associations, and civil society organizations to formulate the Bahrain Economic Vision 2050, establishing a roadmap for a continued prosperity for the kingdom and its people. He underscored the key role of Bahrain's diplomatic mission in supporting development pathways through the implementation of bilateral economic agreements, expanding trade and exchange, and attracting foreign direct investment, all to achieve Bahrain's strategic goals and strengthen its position as a leading regional and global investment destination. He concluded that the integration of foreign policy and the economic strategy forms a fundamental pillar for reinforcing Bahrain's place on the global economic map and serves as an effective tool to support economic diversification and sustainable growth. As part of the diplomatic forum, a panel discussion was held with the participation of the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates of Jordan, Dr. Ayman Safadi, in the presence of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdelatif al-Zayani, and the heads of the Bahrain diplomatic and consular mission abroad, and was moderated by the Director General of the Mohammed bin Mubarak Al Khalifa Academy for Diplomatic Studies, Dr. Sheikha Munira bint Khalifa Al Khalifa. Safadi praised the strength of the historic fraternal relations between Bahrain and Jordan, which are built on solid foundation of mutual respect, mutual understanding, and close cooperation, and highlighted the two countries' goal to continue building on the effective partnerships that have been achieved under the fraternal relationship that united the leaders of the two countries. He thanked the Minister of Foreign Affairs for the kind invitation to participate as a guest of honor in this year's forum, and congratulated Bahrain on the start of its non-permanent membership of the Security Council, affirming that Bahrain will represent the Arab world on the Council, drawing on the wisdom that characterizes its foreign policy. Safadi stressed diplomats serve their country and people through comprehensive and proactive diplomacy that offers solutions to crises and achieves national goals, noting its evolution to encompass vital areas like economy, investment, culture, and tourism. The Ministry of Electricity and Water Affairs, Yasser Ahmeidan, participated in the 16th Assembly of the International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, in UAE. The minister affirmed that Bahrain's keenness to implement its national energy transition program, which enhances the efficiency and sustainability of electricity and water systems, keeps pace with global trends towards reducing emissions, and supports Bahrain's achievements of carbon neutrality by 2060. He highlighted the most prominent initiatives and projects currently underway in the field of renewable energy, foremost among which are Al Dur solar power plant project and an independent solar energy project that is currently being implemented. He also pointed to the continued expansion of distributed solar energy projects, which are expected to reach a total of capacity of around 500 megawatts over the next 2 years. He added that developing national competencies is one of the key pillars of Bahrain's clean energy strategy, through the implementation of specialized training programs and the establishment of effective partnerships. He concluded by emphasizing that Bahrain views the agency as a pivotal international platform for promoting cooperation and exchanging best practices. The Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Hamad Al-Malki, participated in the 2026 Diplomatic Forum organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the occasion of Bahrain's Diplomatic Day. The minister participated in a session entitled The Role of Diplomatic Missions in Light of Government Priorities, during which he affirmed that Bahrain's course of action is guided by the vision and aspirations of His Majesty the King and the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. He added that the government's program 2023-2026 represents the general framework for various government policies and initiatives and reflects an approach based on identifying national priorities and translating them into practical programs, contributing to enhancing the efficiency of government performance and achieving sustainable development goals. He said that the fourth edition of the Unified Framework for Priority Government Programs is one of the key tools for organizing government work and enhancing coordination between relevant entities, as it allows for monitoring the implementation of priority programs and ensures the efforts and resources have a direct impact. He also stressed the important role played by Bahrain's diplomatic mission in supporting government work by explaining the government's program and priorities in regional and international forums and contributing to highlighting the integrated image of the kingdom's development path. He affirmed that the integration between government work and the diplomatic role is a fundamental pillar in supporting the comprehensive development process and consolidating Bahrain's position in line with its national goals and future aspirations. The Jordanian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates, Ayman Safadi, arrived in Bahrain to participate as guest of honor in a diplomatic forum organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He was received on arrival at Bahrain International Airport by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif al-Zayani, Jordan's ambassador to Bahrain, Rami al-Ajwan, and a number of ministry officials. The Vice President of the Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Ali Al Khalifa, conducted a field tour of the Hawa al-Manama event in the presence of the Minister of Tourism, Fatma Sayrafi, and the President of the Bahrain Basketball Association, Sheikh Mohammed bin Ahmed Al Khalifa. During the tour, Al-Sayrafi provided them with a detailed explanation of the event's concept and objectives. The tour also included the visit to the 3-on-3 basketball court, which hosted the Legends Championship in cooperation with the Bahrain Basketball Association, where His Highness observed the competitions and accompanying activities. His Highness commended the inclusion of sports activities with cultural and tourism events, emphasizing that this approach reflects the integration of national efforts to enhance community engagement as a destination that combines culture, entertainment, and sports in one framework. His Highness noted that this sporting legacy is a source of pride and motivation to build on past accomplishments and supports future generations in their pursuit of development and excellence. As-Sayrafi said that the event is a practical model for diversifying the tourism product by combining culture, heritage, and sports. She noted that the inclusion of sports activities has attracted different groups of visitors. The Ministry of Interior, in cooperation with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has launched an online service enabling citizens abroad to renew their passports through the kingdom's embassies and consulates via National e-Government portal. The Undersecretary for Nationality, Passports and Residence Affairs, Sheikh Hisham bin Abdurrahman Al Khalifa, said that citizens can apply now online and receive their new passports abroad, with old ones cancelled on sites. More in this report.
In line with Bahrain's approach to modernizing government services and advancing digital transformation, the Ministry of Interior, in cooperation with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has launched a new online service that allows Bahraini citizens abroad to renew their passports through the kingdom's embassies and consulates via the National e-Government portal. The service makes replacing passports easier and faster by allowing citizens to apply online and collect their new passports directly from the diplomatic missions, with old passports cancelled on site, eliminating the need to visit authorities in Bahrain. It saves time, effort, and cost, with processing taking no more than 7 working days. Supported by secure delivery options, the service ensures passports and documents reach citizens worldwide quickly. This initiative reflects the government's commitment to improving service quality and providing a seamless user experience in digital government services.
The Secretary General of the Representatives Council, Engineer Mohammed Al-Sisi Al-Bu'anin, held a meeting with a delegation from the General Secretariat of the National Assembly of Azerbaijan, headed by Secretary General Farid Hajiev. Both sides affirmed the importance of the historical relations between the two countries at all levels and discussed prospects of parliamentary cooperation between the two sides and ways to develop channels of consultation and joint coordination in regional and international forums. The meeting included a presentation on the Green Parliament project and environmental sustainability, through which the General Secretariat of the Representatives Council achieved ISO certification in environmental management systems, making Bahrain the first parliament in the world to obtain this international certification. Hajiev stressed the importance of exchanging experiences between the two sides and enhancing mutual benefit, especially with regard to digital transformation, AI, and green parliaments. Government hospitals successfully performed their first extraperitoneal laparoscopic inguinal hernia repair, led by Consultant General Surgeon, Advanced Laparoscopist, Colorectal Surgeon, and Oncologist Dr. Ahmed Saeed. This technique is among the latest surgical methods for treating inguinal hernias. It contributes to reducing complications and accelerating recovery, allowing patients to return to their normal lives in a short period. The introduction of these modern techniques is a part of the government hospital's ongoing efforts to improve the quality of healthcare services and provides a safe and effective treatment options in accordance with the best medical practices. On this topic, Consultant General Surgeon at Salmaniya Medical Complex, Dr. Ahmed Saeed, gave us the following statement.
Today I'm proud to introduce a new surgical technique recently adopted at our governmental hospital, which is called laparoscopic totally extraperitoneal hernia repair, known as TEP procedure. This procedure reflects a major step forward for our institution. It's minimal invasive operation that's the standard only in leading centers around the world. And we are delighted to bring it in our public healthcare system. The beauty of this technique lies in the patient-centered advantages. Some of them are to give very small incisions, which means significantly less pain and faster healing with minimal wound care. It also lowers the risk of infection and less need for dressing changes and painkillers. This doesn't just fight the patients, it helps our nurses team as well by reducing the time and effort spent on postoperative wound management. Most patients are able to walk within hours, they eat normally soon after the surgery, and they return home the same day or the following day. Compared with traditional open surgery, the recovery is much faster and the patients are able to go back to the work and normal life sooner with greater comfort. From clinical standpoint, this TEP procedure reduced the post-operative workload on the doctors and nurses and improve the overall patient experience and satisfaction. By introducing this procedure is also a major milestone in elevating the hospital's efficiency and medical capabilities.
The Hawa al-Manama event continues in the heart of Souk al-Manama, drawing large crowds. The event has witnessed a significant turnout of families and visitors enjoying the diverse activities and cultural programs that cater to various age groups, reviving aspects of daily life in Manama from the 60s to the 90s. The event continues until the middle of this month in a vibrant atmosphere that reflects the spirit of Manama and its cultural diversity.